Welcome to the Fortville Vernon Township Library Pinterest Club. So we're going to try this virtually this month and hopefully it works. For this video, I'm assuming you've picked up a kit at the library with your supplies, which included a bag, a blank bag, but this is what we're going for, what we're going to be making today, but your bag should be blank. You should have 3 paint colors, some Q-tips, and a piece of vinyl. The Sharpie's just, it's kind of optional at the end if you want to finish with it. But to start off today, you need your bag. You need to be on a flat surface, and then take your piece of vinyl. If you look carefully, there are words cut out into the vinyl. It's a little tricky, but you can do it. And once you get past this, it's easy from here. This is the hardest part. So I recommend, there's kind of 2 words. So peel off the top word, leave the bottom word stuck. So carefully peel off the top word. It should be sticky on the back. If it's not sticky on the back, you probably pulled up too much. Try and separate it into the layer that's sticky. It's a real thin layer that's sticky. And then just carefully pull it. If you happen to tear it, the letters are all connected, but if you happen to tear them apart, we'll just put them back together on the bag. It's not a deal breaker. I just about tore mine right there. Okay, so I've got my top word off. I'm going to, just as best you can, center it on your bag. Got my first word down, so now I'm going to peel off the rest of the vinyl. All right, just take a minute and smooth it out. Make sure there's no real big bubbles underneath the vinyl. If you need to adjust how it's laying, it should unstick and stick back easily. Kind of just press it down with your fingers, make sure it's sticking. Once your vinyl's down, we're going to start with the paint. You can discard this part of it. So take your Q-tip, and I would start with your darkest color. In my case, that's going to be black, so I will start with black. The first thing you want to pay attention to is to get the very edges of your vinyl, that outline around the vinyl. Every tiny bit of that needs to be covered eventually. But we'll start just placing dots around it, and then we can fill in with the other colors. And once we get a really good outline on our letters, then we'll start spreading out some dots. So let's start. And they don't need to be even. Kind of doing it randomly probably looks the best. So just kind of plop them wherever they go. This takes a little bit of time, so you may want to turn on some music or an audiobook, even better. Or if you have a friend to talk to. Just take your time and put lots and lots of dots on your bag. Pretty good border of black around, and then also some of the places in between the letters might fill in a little bit of black before I move on to my next color. But the main focus is outlining the vinyl. Okay, so I'm gonna go to pink next, and continuing, I'm gonna try and fill in any gaps that I left on the edge of the vinyl, because when we're done, we want the edge of the vinyl to be completely covered with dots. So I'm gonna, as I work with the next color, work on continuing to cover up the edges. Moving on to my third color, got pretty good coverage with my second color. So with the third color now, again, look for the edges of those vinyl pieces. And again, I'm just gonna try and cover up any edge of the vinyl that I see left, and then kind of fill in between the letters with some dots also. Okay, I have a lot of my third color on, but we are not done yet. I'm gonna go back with my first color, or you could do whichever color you feel like maybe you have the least of. And once again, I'm gonna be going all around the edge of the vinyl and filling in any possible little specks left that aren't covered, and just make sure those edges are completely covered. Okay, I think I have my edges really well covered. I just stress to go over those edges. It'll be really important. At the end, we'll take the vinyl off, and so you want a clear line outlining your letters so that we can see what it says. But if you feel like you've got all your edges covered, now we can add some more dots kind of spreading out. They're gonna be mostly concentrated around the word, but then as we go out from the word, kind of get a little more spread out. So go ahead and add those dots kind of going away from your words. Want to spread out with all your colors. I've done my black, and now I'm going to add the gold and the pink. And again, making it more concentrated around the words and thinning out as you go out from your word is kind of the look we're going for today. I'm sure it feels like you've been putting on dots forever, but really the more there are, the better it's going to look. So just keep going. If you think you have enough, maybe do a little more of each color. And I think the more dots, the happier you'll be with your results. So keep going. You need a lot of dots. I think I'm gonna quit. It's kind of what you should be seeing right now. We're going to leave it, let it dry, probably 2 to 4 hours. Make sure that paint's good and dry before we take off our vinyl. So I'm gonna leave mine here, let it sit, and come back when it's dry. All right, it's been about 4 hours. I've let my bag dry. Pretty sure it's ready, so I'm gonna peel off the vinyl. You can start anywhere, it doesn't matter, just anywhere you can get a grip on it. And you don't need the vinyl anymore, so it's okay if it tears, or just make sure you get all the pieces. All right, sticky stuff. All right, so that's what mine looks like. If you don't have enough dots around it and you can't see the words clearly, you can, like I did on this side, outline it with a Sharpie marker, and that'll help the words stand out a little bit more if you like that look better. It's not too hard to just go around it with a Sharpie marker. Other than that, you're done and you're ready to hit up the library for some books. See you there.